Oh, I just combed my bangs, but they are cow licking. We're on day like 3 here, so it is what it is. I also just woke up like 15 minutes ago. It's fine. It's been a good morning already because Brad, my husband, woke up right before me, and he did dishes and made coffee, and I love that. That was pretty great. But anyways, good morning. My name is Lee. I am here in snowy Pittsburgh, PA on this Sunday, March 13th at 10:30 in the morning. We had time change last night, isn't that right? I think that's right. I think it was tonight or last night. It might be tonight. And yeah, it's snowy outside. I had to close my sheer curtain again. Classic, because it's so bright outside from all the snow. If you aren't familiar, 2 days ago it was 70 degrees and now it's all snowy. We had a really big winter storm like yesterday. I had to wake up at 5 in the morning, well at like 4:30 in the morning, to drive my mother to the airport in the winter snow. And it's like 30 minutes away, and it's all interstate and tunnels, and the roads were not cleared yet. So it was quite an adventure. It has been longer than usual since my last filming, but my mom came to visit, so I was spending time with her, and that was nice. But now I feel kind of discombobulated about where I'm at in the podcast today. I did go through really quickly and just like skim through the clips from my last episode, which I will be editing today as well, just to double check that I'm not talking about anything again. And I'm glad I did that because I would have talked about something again that I didn't need to. But anyways, I didn't even say what this is. I'm just rambling because that's what this show is. It is me just being really casual here on this knitting podcast. Mostly knitting, some crochet, some sewing, some cross stitch. I actually do have a little bit of cross stitch to show you today. Wow. Let's get into it. Real quick, no, I guess I'll talk about it later. I filmed another video in between the last podcast and this podcast. I'll talk about it later in the episode. First, let's talk about FOs. I have 2 of them. Actually, I'm pretty close to having a couple more. I want to finish the other 2 pretty soon as well, like by tomorrow, by the end of tomorrow. But I'll talk about that when I talk about them. First FO, did I tell you? Is there anything I forgot to tell you? There might be. It's not early in the morning, but it is, I'm fresh from waking up. All right, first things first. First FO is these. These are my daily socks. The pattern is from leighknits. All right, yes, these are the daily socks. The pattern is the newest one from leighknits. I believe it's still the newest one. I don't know. I don't think she's come out with another one since, but it's got this really beautiful like texture, slip stitch texture. And the yarn is the Dutch Courtyard sock set from Little Lionhead Knits. And it's just, she does the best oranges on the planet, honestly. I would love to order like an orange sweater quantity from her. I would love to order lots of things, but here we are. Actually, we do want to talk about that a little bit later at the end of around acquisitions news stuff, because I have had an itching for a certain color palette in my life and I can't buy it right now. So we'll talk a little bit about my plans. Second and last FO is my Vivian sweater. she's done. She matches the sweater I'm wearing today. So you can see I do wear brown a lot. I do wear brown. But look at her. Isn't she beautiful? She's blocked, washed and blocked and freshly dried. She blocked out super beautifully. There's a little bit of a crease here where I would just had her folded. But look, the drape of this yarn is lovely. This is Knit Picks palette in the color Dough. It has these sort of puffed sleeves with a twisted stitch cuff. The bottom is twisted stitch as well. This is also where I told you I cut it across and knit 3/4 of an inch and then sewed the ribbing back on. And this twisted rib collar thing has really blocked out so beautifully. I can't wait to get pictures of myself wearing it. I'm going to try to get my friend to take pictures of me. She is coming into town to visit this week. So I'm gonna try to get her to take pictures of me while she's here. But yeah, that's my Vivian sweater. It was a test knit for Hannah of Herb Garden Knitwear. And the pattern will be released, I'm not sure the exact date, but the test is due March 25th or 26th. So not long after that, it should be released. Follow her on Instagram. I'll try to put her Instagram here. Is this where? Or is this where? I'll put her Instagram down here so that you can go give her a follow so you'll be notified whenever her new pattern comes out. But yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very happy with how it turned out. She is very cropped, especially for me. I love the way cropped things look on me, but I'm still working on my confidence a little bit because I am learning to love my body. But yeah, I have several. Actually, what I want to do is wear this with my new corduroys, my high-waisted corduroys, but my corduroys are almost the same color and I just want to, like, I don't know if I want to be brown uniform when I wear it. But I do have high-waisted black jeans and stuff, so I can wear it. I have lots of things I can wear it with and skirts and stuff. But yeah, actually I'm very excited. Now that I'm not going to be working at the bakery, I will be able to wear my clothes again. I feel like since I was working at the bakery, good Lord, this is a mess. I wasn't able to wear any of my clothes because I couldn't wear anything nice to the bakery because I worked in the back, so it was messy and gross. And when I wasn't working at the bakery, I wasn't leaving the house. So now that I'm not going to be working at the bakery, I plan to put on clothes and leave the house every once in a while. I'm very excited about that. So that's my last FO. I feel like I'm actively fueling myself this episode. I didn't tell you, but I have it in my Sierra Estes mug. This is definitely one of my favorite mugs. It was my second favorite mug because I had another Sierra Estes mug that I really loved, my white one with polka dots, with black speckles on it, and I dropped it and shattered it to a million pieces, and I'm still upset about it. But this is my other Sierra Estes mug that I really love, and I just have regular coffee, Brad made coffee this morning with sugar and oat milk in it, because not only do I love oat milk, I try to cut out as much dairy as I can. I was hearing about dairy and its effects on PCOS, which I have. And this year is the year I'm trying to cut out dairy even more for health reasons also. I'm gonna see if it affects my PCOS at all. This year I'm trying to get it under control because it is out of control and I hate it. Those of you who relate, know. You know very well. Man, it's a tangenty one today. I'm just all over the place. PCOS and airport drives. It's just a mess. All right, whips. Whips. I'll show you the two you've seen before first. This one you actually haven't seen knit yet, but I did mention it in the last episode as a cast on, a future cast on. And these are my March stripy socks. And they are adorable. So cute. They're in this bag from Knit Two Together. It was the Knit Two Together and Long Dog Yarn collaboration from like, not this past year, but the year before. And it's a firefly bag, it's really cute. But I have my kiwi socks in it. They are just kiwi striped sock set from Tiny Human Knits, and I am actually knitting these toe up. I got a 50-gram sock set, so I went ahead and split it into, my goodness, 225-gram balls so that I could use all of it. I've actually gotten pretty lucky in the past doing cuff down striped socks out of 50-gram skeins. I just usually have like one stripe left, and I want to use it, so I'm just gonna I just decided to do toe up so I could really get all of the yarn used here. And my little progress keeper on here is adorable. It's one of the new ones I showed you a couple episodes ago from Pitter Patter Polymer. Look at her, so cute. This is the only sock I have going. I mean, I have not finished any of this pair yet. This is the first sock of this pair. It is not the only sock I have going. But yeah, I actually haven't been working on these very much this last few days because of my next pair of socks. In my Della Q bag that I bought from my local yarn shop, Yarns by Design. My mom came to visit and I asked her if she wanted another pair of socks, and if she did, what color did she want me to knit them? And I showed her, there's actually a couple of colors up in here that I bought specifically for her, and I pulled those out and showed them to her, and she loved all of them. And I said, okay, which one do you want me to start for you? And she picked this color. Oh my goodness, isn't that fun? This is the color Sea Turtle from LaRue Cotton. This is a wool-free, that's not it, a wool-free sock yarn. It is 55% bamboo, 24% cotton, and 21% elastic in the color Sea Turtle. But yeah, this is my first time. I have a ton of her sock yarn. I keep buying it, but this is my first time actually knitting it up. And honestly, I really like it. It's a little tough on my hands because I'm used to wool. So it's roughing up my fingers a little bit. But I love the way it feels, and I love the way it looks, and I really love the way it knits up. Her color is just insane. The contrast color I'm using is also from LaRue Cotton, and this is her color Sunny Days. So I started these for my mom. As you can see, I got one whole sock finished, and I am past the heel. I'm on the foot of the second sock. So I will have these finished pretty soon. This is one of the projects I want to finish by the end of tomorrow. And I think I can because my mom, excuse me, has a smaller foot than me. I only knit hers 60 inches around instead of 64. And it's only like 62 rows for the foot. So, and I didn't do a really long leg. She doesn't like a long leg. If you don't know, my mom still lives in South Carolina, where we came from, and it's 1,000,000 degrees down there. So she's excited to have not wool socks, and also socks that are really summery and fun. She probably still won't wear them in the summer. She doesn't wear shoes in the summer, but it'll be a nice reminder of summer during the colder weeks in South Carolina. So yeah, that's my other sock whip. The only other one I've been working on. I've actually been flying through this. I only have one more knitting whip. This is wild. I've been pretty, I can't say monogamous because I've been working on like 3 or 4 projects, but I've been really focusing on a couple things because like I've mostly just been working on two. Ever since I finished my Vivian sweater, I've mostly just been working on two projects because I can't put them down. This other project that I have to show you, ooh, sneak peek, is in my mystery Russian yellow project bag that I don't know where it's from. And last time you saw this one, it was much less far along. This project is another one that I would really love to be done with by tomorrow, by the end of tomorrow. But this is my VZ. It is a design by Paula Pereira, designed for Brooklyn Tweed. It was in their like school collection last September, their like back to school collection. Last time you saw it, it was just, I believe it was just connected like at the V, and I was just starting the body. But since then, I have gotten this far. I did so much. I finished the body. There we go. I finished the body. I did the collar, picked up and knit the collar, and I finished an entire sleeve. And I started the second sleeve. This is where I am on the second sleeve. This entire sleeve I knit yesterday. The whole thing, start to finish. So if I work on it, I should be able to finish this sleeve over 2 days' time. I have all day today and tomorrow to work on it. So I think I can do it. I would love to have this done. I will tell you a little bit why I want to finish these two projects in a little bit. But for now, let me tell you about the yarn. So this is knit out of the recommended yarn, Brooklyn Tweed Arbor. And it is so squishy and luxurious. I love this yarn. I am on the second end to last skein. I actually have this much left of the one I'm on. I'm just finishing it up now. And then I have this skein. And then I have a whole nother skein that I don't think I'm gonna need. Brooklyn Tweed is notorious for me for recommending more yarn than I need. I always have skeins left over from their projects. Crumb for the main color. And the contrast color is also Brooklyn Tweed Arbor, but it's in the color Butte. And it's got hair on it, because of course it does. I mentioned in the last time I showed this that I was gonna also be using this color for the contrast. This is Spruce, also Brooklyn Tweed Arbor, a leftover, a scrap from a previous project. But as you can see, I decided not to use it at all. And I am really happy with that decision. I love this 2-color version that I decided to go with. Oh my gosh, it makes me so happy. I used the recommended needle size for the body of the sweater, but the ribbing needle size, I didn't have a size 3 needle free. It recommends a size 6 for the main, for all the stockinette, and then a size 3 for the ribbing. I didn't have a size 3 available, but I had a size 4 available in metal needles, and I'm using wooden needles for all of this. I just went ahead and used size 4 for the ribbing, and I figured using metal needles, because I knit tighter on metal needles as well, would help compensate a little bit, and I think it turned out fine. It is super stretchy because I did a tubular bind off on the collar, on the body, and on the cuff. Everything that was bound off got a tubular. So everything is super stretchy and looks super finished and neat and tidy, and I love it. I'm really happy with how this is turning out. I tried it on. It looks so small. To me, I think it looks small, but it fits perfectly. It is also a very cropped sweater, and it's also going to block out a bit. So I'm going to get a little bit more like room in the collar, especially when I block it out. It's a little bit lower than this one whenever I have it on, because you know, just putting something on your shoulders will pull it out a little bit. But yeah, that's how far I got on that. I'm very pleased with the progress I had on this. I mentioned that this was my knit group knitting, so I was knitting on it at knit night only, and obviously that went out the window. It started getting too tasty, so I just kept going. But I'm not worried about it anymore because for a while I didn't really have a whole lot of yarn options or projects planned with yarn from the yarn shop, because I like to use the yarn that I bought there at the yarn shop to make things at that specific knit group. I don't have to, they don't hold you to it, they don't actually care, but it makes me feel good. Like, I don't know, I like it. It makes it feel like it's another project, an excuse to have another separate project going, I guess. Realistically, that's what it is. But I have a couple of things now lined up for future cast-ons using yarn from them, because I just bought that Shibui Knits, that pebble sweater quantity that I showed you last episode. Yeah, I'm excited to cast that on. I'm really excited. I also have a couple of socks that I can cast on from there, so I will always, I'm good for a while. That's my last knitting whip. Can you believe? The last whip I have, just keep rubbing my face because I'm waking up and I am a baby. Do you do that? You wake up and you spend like time like rubbing your face, like, ugh. I am an infant. My last whip is, where is it actually? Oh, there it is. I was gonna show you the bag, but it's not in the bag. This bag is, I think it's from Target. It was a gift. I think my stepmom bought it for me for a couple Christmases ago, but it's super fuzzy and soft in this beautiful green, and it has my current cross stitch project stuff in it. It has all of my floss, it has my pattern. Usually it would have a pair of scissors, but I don't know where my cross stitch scissors went. Yeah, it's got all that in it. Oh, actually, I think I do know where they are. They're in my other cross stitch project bag. So I should move those over here. But this is the bag that normally it would be in. The hoop doesn't quite fit in there. And quick disclaimer, I am a super casual cross stitcher. But let me tell you a little bit about my history with cross stitch. It was the first craft I ever learned. My mom taught me to cross stitch when I was like 3 years old. So I remember cross stitching for as long as I can remember. When I was in college, we did a lot of technical hand skill type things in several of our classes. And I remember one time in one of my classes, my professor was so impressed with my paper cutting project that I had made that he asked me, he said, "Your hand skills are really good. Did you?" And then I didn't cross stitch for years, obviously. Not obviously, you don't know. I didn't cross stitch for years and picked it back up when after I graduated college. I picked it back up because I wanted something besides knitting that I could do that was even more mindless. Like, knitting is pretty mindless, but it still has challenges, and cross stitch is absolutely mindless. I love it so much. So I started picking up cross stitch again. My sister also started picking it up, and so we had that to share together. And I started cross stitching so many things that I would start putting them in, submitting them to the state fair every year. And I had a friend who also cross stitched, and she would submit cross stitches to the state fair, South Carolina State Fair, and we would submit our cross stitches together every year, and it was a really fun bonding experience. So that kept me motivated for a while. I always had like a couple of cross stitches I wanted to finish in time for the state fair each year. And then I kind of, you know, I'd go through like highs and lows, lulls and activity with it. But at the start of, now we're to this actual project, the start of the pandemic, Satsuma Street, she's Craft Nick on Instagram. She's the designer for Satsuma Street patterns, which are my favorite cross stitch patterns. I really love a modern cross stitch. And she released a free pattern for the big quarantine at the beginning of the pandemic. And it is, oh, I guess I should open this bag and show you the actual, like, oh, I don't have it. I only have the pattern itself. But it is, you can kind of see it here. I'll pull it up on my phone. Give me a moment Jody Rice is her actual name. It looks like this. It says, "Let's stay home," and it has a rainbow and a heart. And it's super cute. So I took that, I got it, and started it then, and then put it away in hibernation and never touched it again. I recently picked it back up, and this is where I'm at. I also have one of her needle holder things that she made. But I had all of this light green done and all of this, almost all of this yellow done, not all of it done, when I put it down, and that was it. So just these past few days, I finished off the yellow, and then I also did the orange, the pink, almost finished this red. I just have to finish my crosses up here, and I started this, the cloud color, which is a sparkly floss. I'm using all DMC flosses. I am not using the colors that she recommended in the pattern or in the chart. In fact, I am only using 2 of the colors she recommended. All of the others I've substituted out. 2 of them I've substituted for sparkly colors, which are the, what are they actually called? I can't remember the name of it, but it's they're like sparkly colors, you know. But yeah, that's how much I did. Got a little bit done. Also, don't at me. I told you I am a casual cross stitcher. Do not at me for how this is in this hoop. I wanted a hoop that was big enough for the height, and I only use hoops. I don't have any of the like snappy things. I can't remember what they're actually called. So she just stretched casually in here by the corners. Be your own boss, make your own rules. No one cares, it's just cross stitch. I mean, some people might care, but I don't care if people care. I think it's looking really cute. Yeah. That's it for whips. That's all I got going on. Wow. But you know what I do have? I have acquisitions. Let's talk about them real quick. I've mentioned several times now that I ordered myself for Christmas a large sweater quantity order from Fiber for the People. Actually, I'll show you that one second. First, I have a quick sock set to show you. January 1st. It's a beautiful January 1st morning. Or afternoon. I'm not sure. Sewrella of Sewrella Yarn releases their greatest hits collection. I try to resist. I can't. I order a single sock set. It came yesterday. Yes. Or day before yesterday, actually. Yesterday feels like it didn't even happen. I actually had a shift at the bakery yesterday, but it was really short. So I got all my work done in like 4 hours. So I got home really early, and so it feels like I didn't go to work at the bakery, but I did. So the whole day just feels like it was completely lost. Day before yesterday, I got my greatest hits sock set. Oh my God. From Sewrella. This is the color 1989. It was one of her Taylor Swift colors from the Taylor Swift collection. And look at it. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. I'm actually so pleased with this. This is the first sock set I've ordered from Sewrella since she switched to her nylon sock base. All of the other sock sets I've ordered from them has been their old classic sock base, which was 100% merino. And this is a 2-ply. The old sock base was also not a 2-ply, 4-ply probably. But I'm excited to knit this up. I'm very excited. It's very beautiful. And now I get to add it to my shelf up here. Ooh. Just out of frame for you. It looks great though. It looks great on the shelf. I guess I could turn you a little bit. She here. Looks great. I show you my last bit of the haul because it's very exciting. I'm so excited. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Big order, Fiber for the People. Yes. It came. I finally have my big Fiber for the People order and I'm so excited. First, we have, I actually didn't take it off the shelf because it's right here. But I ordered a sweater quantity of organic hemp merino sport base. It is 70% organic merino and 30% hemp. And this is the color Lantana. And I ordered 5 skeins of this. They are 100 gram skeins and they are 328 yards each. And I ordered enough for a sweater. I love this yarn. I love the way it feels. It has a similar feel if you have felt Pearl Soho's linen quill. It's a similar feel, but obviously heavier. This is the sport weight. I mean, linen quill also has a worsted weight, but this is like, it's a similar feel because of the hemp quality or hemp content. And it's also got that beautiful heathered look because the acid dye doesn't attach to the hemp. Oh my God, it's incredible. My plan for this is to make either, I have 2, I actually can't remember the other one. Where'd my phone go? There it is. I have 2 options. I am either going to make the Atlantica pullover. Audrey Borrego is Atlantica. This is the, try not to glare. It was in a Pom Pom magazine issue. Or I have another option. It is a Woolfolk pattern. It is called Trumpet by Jose Paquin. This is the designer at the top there. But this is the sweater. It's just a basic raglan, but it's got an extended cuff and it also has a cabled raglan. So that is the other one I am contemplating for this. I don't know if I want to do an all over lace. I've been wanting to make the Atlantica for forever, but I also love the idea of this beautiful heathered yarn in a basic that I can wear all the time, because I also think this is going to wear really well with that hemp content. Oh, it's going to be so good and cozy. So I'm not sure. We will see. We will see. I'm not casting it on right this minute anyway. So the other part of my order, because I got 2 sweater quantities, the other half of my order, I don't know if any of you are going to be surprised, but this color has been having its moment for Fiber for the People. But I got indoor. Look at this green. This is a gorgeous, insane, beautiful, rich green. It's so dark that it's basically a neutral. Like, it's not actually neutral, it's green, but it is a perfect staple color, especially for my wardrobe. I bought 3 skeins of the 100% certified organic merino wool, which is, they're 100 gram skeins and 437 yards each. I bought 3 of these, and I bought, to go with them, Surrey. I bought Surrey to hold together. I bought 4 skeins of this because the Surrey yardage is smaller. They are 50 gram skeins instead of 100 gram. And I'm going to hold them together with the merino to make something really special. I'm not 100% certain yet, but it's definitely going to be like a nice sweater, like a special occasion sweater, probably a Christmassy sweater. And I got fingering and Surrey to hold together to make a DK weight sweater. I didn't get enough to make like a big cozy oversized thing because that's not what I wanted, but I got enough to make either something with like partial sleeves. I am 100% a Surrey girl. I do not like, I love mohair. I love looking at mohair. I like working with mohair. I'm not a huge fan of wearing mohair. It's a little itchy for me. And I don't have like, I guess I do have kind of sensitive skin. Mohair's a little itchy. I prefer to just stay safe and use a Surrey or the like. I really like the Kama Rose Midnight Sole. It does not aggravate me at all either. It is baby alpaca, tinsel, and merino. So it's mohair free. But yeah, I try to order Surrey when I can. I am interested to try the Wandering Flocks mohair because I hear it is gentler. According to Aro from Aro Knits and Pearls, she says that it is less aggravating than regular mohair because it has a different fiber content. I don't know when I'm casting any of this on because I've mentioned before that my goal for this year is to get through some of this stash. Obviously, I am not doing great about not adding to the stash, but I'm doing okay. I definitely have slowed down this year compared to last year, but I'm really in the mood to work on like some summer tops, some smaller tops. I have a couple of things I would really like to cast on. I really want to start that t-shirt that I want to make with the Shibui knits. I really want to make the, what is it, Vintage 85 sweater from Andrea Mowry. Is that what it's called? Vintage 83 top. I really want to make this, and I really want to make the outline tee. So those are 3 summer tops that I really want to start. But I also have a sweater quantity over here that I bought from Coast to Coast a little while ago. It was like last year sometime. A color work sweater that I would really like to start. I've just been itching to cast that one on. I don't know what I'm going to start next. I am finishing up this sweater before I make any decisions. And let me change my battery and I'll tell you about what's happening next. I mentioned that my mom came to visit and left Saturday morning. Today is Sunday. Oh, she left early yesterday morning, at like 5 yesterday morning. Okay. So my mom left yesterday. Tuesday morning, just kidding, Tuesday afternoon, I will be going back to the airport to pick up my friend, Ilinka, my knitting friend. She is coming to visit me for about 5 days, and I plan on taking her around to yarn shops. We are gonna go to all the ones that we can get to. I want to take her at least to my normal yarn shop and another one of my favorites that's here in town. And then there are a couple that are kind of like just outside of town that I'd really like to take her to. But who knows what's gonna happen there? I don't know. I never know what's gonna happen when I go to a yarn shop. So I'm holding off on deciding what to cast on after I'm done with this sweater until she's here, because I figure either she can help me decide, or we will, or I'll break while we're gone out at yarn shops, and we'll find something that we want to make together. I don't know yet. That's what I'm holding off on, but I am very excited. I'm excited. I've been in a garment mood. I've been really wanting to make garments, finish garments. I do have 1, 2, 3 more sweaters on the go right now after I finish this one. I'm just knitting on it now. But one of them I'm not sure about. I'm talking about my Irish Rover pullover. Hold on, if I point you down just a hair, maybe you can see my hands. I was talking to you, I don't know if it was last episode or the episode before that, about my Irish Rover pullover, the sleeves being a different gauge than the body, and I was having a hard time with that. I'm still having a hard time with that. I think what I was talking about will work, but I'm also not certain if I if I don't just want to rip it out and start over and size up a needle size. Or at least buy wooden needles to use, because I don't know. I'm sitting on it. So that project is kind of on hold right now. And my other two sweaters I haven't touched in a while, but one of them is pretty close to finishing. So when I'm done with this one, maybe I'll pull that one out and see if I can't get it finished here pretty quickly, because it would be really nice to get 3 of my sweaters finished. Man, that would be nice. I had a bit of cast-on-itis and was starting all these projects, but then I want to cast on new things, and I have all these projects, and I have so many that it's hard for me to get through them quickly. So then I feel a lot of pressure to not cast on things, but I really love casting on things. So I would love to get through some of these sweaters so that I don't feel the pressure to not cast on things, and I'll be able to just cast something on when I feel like casting something on. Yeah, that's where I am in my knitting life right now. I think that's all I got. I think that's all I got today. I can give you a quick update about the bakery stuff. Today is Sunday, the 13th, and the 18th is my last day at the bakery. I'm so excited. I am also terrified. So terrified. I work 3 days this week at the bakery. I will be working Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday will be my last day. All my friends here, but we are both very much the kind of people who need like some time alone, so she should be able to like decompress while I'm working my shifts at the bakery. And there will be like 3 full other days for us to do stuff. So we'll do some fun things. And she's also just coming off of a trip from Chicago, which was probably pretty exciting also. So she may be tired. But yeah, oh my God, it's almost over. I have bought a planner so that I can keep myself organized now that I'm going to be working full-time from home. I also got a notification, an email, saying that I had a table at Heroes Con this year in June, which is a convention in Charlotte. It's a pretty big one, but it was also my first convention that I ever did. And it's one of my best ones that I do every year. So I haven't been very good this year about applying to conventions. I figure next year will probably be my big convention, back to conventions year, 2023, because you have to apply like 6 months to a year ahead of time anyway. But apparently I'm doing at least one this year. Hey, if you're gonna be at Heroes Con, I don't know if any of my people here are also into comics and indie art and things like that. But if you are, Heroes is a really fun one. But I'll be there this year. I don't know if I mentioned any of this on here yet, but I have been trying to make plans for the kinds of things that I want to do regularly and keep up with as my art career, like at least for right now, like the things I want to focus on. And one of them is I have reopened physical rewards on my Patreon page. I will have my Patreon linked below. I have, opening up on April 1st, I have a physical reward tier back. I had closed down physical reward tiers. It was basically just a support me tier where you would get like diary entries and behind the scenes posts and stuff like that. But April 1st is opening up a new tier for a sticker every month. A sticker every month, and then every quarter, the sticker will come with a Patreon postcard for all patrons who have been pledged for the 3 years prior at any tier. So yeah, I'll link that below if you're interested in getting a sticker from me every month, because that'll be a lot of fun. I never pressure anybody to support me on Patreon, but it is a really great and easy and cheap way to support your favorite creators. I'm still working on project bags. I finally went art supply shopping with my mom while she was here, and I got all of the missing bag paint colors that I needed, so I can start painting physical project bags here soon. Like I said, I've drawn out a whole bunch of them. I just need to sit down and paint them. And that's gonna be, I'm really excited about project bags. They're gonna be so much fun. If anyone sews, feel free to hit me up, because I would love to talk to a local sewist who could maybe make me some wholesale project bags to paint. But I'll post on Instagram about that too. But if anyone happens to be watching here who does the sewing, or knows someone who does, let me know. They'd be pretty basic. I think that's all I got. Oh man, you guys, I am having a lot of feelings right now. I'm having a lot of feelings. Oh, also, another thing I'm gonna be focusing more on is, this channel. I'm going to be making more content for this channel, which I'm very excited about. I will be podcasting more regularly. It's kind of strange right now because I am not actually done at the bakery, but also I've been having a bunch of people come to visit. I also have a vacation, a little mini vacation the first weekend of April, so I'll be gone that weekend too. But man, I'm really excited. I'm gonna be doing regular podcasts. I'll be able to maybe make some bonus content. I said I was going to mention the video I filmed between the last podcast and this one. It was, I forgot to mention what that was too. That was an entire video of me organizing and cleaning my yarn stash, because it was getting a little out of control. I did a lot of reorganizing, a little bit of reorganizing. I did a fair bit of reorganizing. My shelf is reorganized. This whole unit is reorganized. And I have a little bit of stash on the other side of the room that has also been reorganized. And I filmed the whole thing. It will be a nice, short, quick little video. But I will also, now that that's done, be filming a stash tour. And I love stash tours. I wish more people filmed stash tours, because I love watching stash tours. Come on, y'all. Show me your stash. That's all I want. Just show it to me. Show it to me. Give it to me. I'm going to have that video, maybe I'll film it today or tomorrow, something like that. And I will upload pretty soon a tour of my freshly organized stash sneak peek. This doesn't look a whole lot different than you've seen last. This is new though. This back here. Yeah. This is actually a good bit different too. That's all I got for you guys. I'm just rambling on now. I appreciate you joining me today. If you liked, feel free to subscribe for more rambly content, and I will see you guys in the next one.